I remember seeing this guy pop up on my Explore feed. Shirt off, Dubai skyline behind him, calm energy. Just looked like another gym bro flexing his abs. But then I checked the caption. YouTuber, business owner, app founder, multiple revenue streams. And I thought, wait, this isn't just a fitness model. I did a little digging. YouTube since 2014, a training platform, an app, activewear. Not one viral video, dozens of them. Millions of views, but no shouting, no drama. Just this cool, quiet consistency that didn't match the typical influencer energy. That's what pulled me in. Not the physique, not the abs, but how someone could grow a brand that big, that strong, without trying to be loud. Most fitness influencers try to punch their way into your feed. Mike, he walked in like he already owned the room. Calm, professional, intentional. And that's what made me pay attention. Because underneath all the muscle was something more interesting. Structure, systems, strategy, a business quietly scaling behind the six-pack. So here's what actually happened. How Mike Thurston went from a hungover student in Leeds to a global fitness CEO in Dubai, and why his quiet, calculated approach just might be the most powerful play in the game. Before the followers, before the abs, and before the brand. Mike Thurston was just a student from Leeds who liked going out more than working out. He studied economics and business at Newcastle University. The gym wasn't some mission. It was a side habit. Something he did to stay lean, to look good, heading into a Saturday night. At the time, his life revolved around nightlife, parties, clubs, cheap drinks and late nights that blurred into groggy mornings. And on the surface, it looked like he was enjoying it. But under it, there was this quiet burnout brewing. A kind of tired that doesn't go away with sleep. He started building his body with purpose. He studied form, programming, recovery, nutrition. He fell in love with the process, not the outcome. Because unlike most guys who chase aesthetics for attention, Mike was chasing control. The gym wasn't about ego anymore. It was about order. It was about finding clarity in the reps. When Mike finally started sharing on YouTube, it didn't come with fireworks. No dramatic montages, no "yo, what's up, guys" intros. It was just him, calmly explaining gym mistakes, demonstrating form, breaking down simple routines. But that calm delivery, it was his edge. Because in a world full of loud fitness creators, Mike felt like the guy who'd actually fix your squat form, not roast you for it. In 2014, fitness YouTube was a different beast. The algorithm rewarded hype, drama, challenges. Mike didn't do any of that. His content was clean, minimal, educational. The early videos weren't viral hits. They grew slowly, but steadily. And with every upload, he built trust. Not hype, trust. He had no team, no production budget, just a tripod, a camera, and a relentless commitment to clarity. Behind the scenes, he was sharpening his tools, reading training studies, testing new splits, watching how people moved in real time. He wasn't winging it, he was refining. There were challenges, of course. Days where the views flatlined, comments that doubted him, videos that didn't land. But Mike didn't pivot to drama. He doubled down on education. That takes restraint. Because when the algorithm favors chaos, staying calm is a risk. But it's also a long-term play. Then came the breakthrough video, Common Gym Mistakes. It wasn't fancy, but it was real. Shot like a friend was filming on an off day. But the advice? Gold. That one video changed everything. It went viral. Not because it was trendy, but because it was useful. And once people clicked, they stayed. That was Mike's validation moment. Proof that what he was doing worked. That teaching quietly could outperform yelling loudly. He wasn't chasing subscribers, he was earning them. And here's what made that matter. People weren't just watching him. They were asking him for directions. His comments, DMs, and inbox were flooded. What program do you follow? What should I eat to cut? How many sets do you recommend? What's your weekly split? At first, he answered here and there, an Instagram reply, a pinned comment. But it became clear, this wasn't just curiosity, it was in demand. And that was the turning point. Mike realized something most influencers don't, that information is great, but structure is scalable. People didn't just want advice, they wanted his framework. So he sat down and created it. Not a gimmicky 6-week shred challenge, not a flashy PDF, a real training system, built from the same foundation he used to sculpt his own body. He called it THRST. At launch, it was clean, simple, a few plans, some mobility guidance, supplement outlines. But everything was clear, focused, and tied to results. The feedback? Immediate. People loved it. Not because it looked cool, but because it worked. And Mike? He kept refining, kept upgrading, kept listening to feedback and layering in features. By 2021, THRST wasn't just a website. It was a full-blown app. One that matched the aesthetic and philosophy of everything Mike had ever posted. I'm talking about clean UX, smart timers, wearable integrations, built-in video tutorials, progression tracking, sleep-friendly programming. It didn't just look premium, it was premium. This is how you escape the fitness influencer trap. You stop trading reps for views and start building systems that run while you sleep. THRST became that system. Most fitness apps feel like templates. Mike's app felt custom, like he sat down and wrote it for you. The tone, the layout, the pacing, it matched the way he trained, ate, and recovered. And that's what made it different. Then he layered on activewear. But again, no slapdash logo on cotton. Every item matched the THRST look. Functional, minimal, aesthetic. Soon, he had a real product suite. Training, apparel, nutrition, recovery. It wasn't a merch line. It was a performance ecosystem. Revenue started compounding, not overnight, not off one viral launch, just steady, predictable, structured growth. Because every part of it matched the brand, the message, the audience. Mike wasn't chasing every trend. He picked a lane, locked in, and optimized. The difference between level 1 and level 2? Most people try to grow fast. Mike built deep. He went slow so it could go far. And that patience, that restraint, that's what unlocked scale. By the time most people started asking, who is Mike Thurston? He'd already built the foundation. He wasn't just a guy with a six-pack. He was a brand, a system, a structure that operated across platforms, products, and continents. And what's wild is, he never had to scream about it. The THRST app was scaling. The activewear was getting repeat customers. The YouTube channel, still growing. But more importantly, converting. Because his viewers weren't just fans. They were clients. They were customers. They were in the system. Most influencers peak with a viral moment. Mike never had one. He had consistency. That's the difference. He took the same mindset he used in the gym. Progressive overload, controlled effort, long-term gains, and applied it to business. And it worked. Behind the scenes, Mike was building a performance lab. Smart recovery tools, Oura Ring data, Whoop integration, heart rate variability, cortisol tracking, red light therapy, cold exposure. But here's where it gets interesting. He wasn't just doing it for himself. He was layering that biofeedback into the THRST experience. The app started syncing with wearables. Training programs adapted to your sleep and stress levels. If you had poor recovery, the plan adjusted. Most influencers say, listen to your body. Mike coded that advice into his product. That's what turned THRST from a workout app into a personalized fitness system. And it didn't stop there. He built a coaching business, private consults, mentorship retreats, curated intensives, where other creators, trainers, and founders came to learn how Mike operates. One of those masterminds? 6 figures in 60 days. Quietly. No TikTok dance to promote it. Just a few stories and a private email list. Because people trusted him, not from hype, but from results. Year after year. His Instagram? Not flooded with thirst traps or constant flexes. It's polished, subtle, You scroll through and see a lifestyle, a system, gym in Dubai, sunrise hikes in Bali, business chats in Ibiza, but no chaos, no ego, just rhythm. This is what separates lasting success from flash-in-the-pan hype. Mike didn't build around momentum. He built around the method. And even the way he handles criticism? Calm. Measured. People ask about TRT, luxury lifestyle, Dubai privilege. He never snaps. He just shares. Like an operator who doesn't need to defend, because the results already answered the question. His brand doesn't rely on constant reinvention. It runs off evolution. That's why Mike's still growing, when so many others have faded. He built something that doesn't just look good. It runs well, it lasts, and it scales. Now we get to the real part, the takeaway. Because this isn't just about Mike, it's about you. Here's the real lesson. This wasn't about abs or apps. It was about structure. Mike didn't chase trends. He built systems, quietly, consistently, and that's what scaled. While most chase momentum, Mike built mechanics. And that one mindset shift made all the difference. He created routines that didn't just work for him. They worked for thousands because he showed up with clarity, not chaos. So here's my challenge to you. Pick one area of your life, training, content, career, and build a system around it. Something repeatable, measurable, intentional. Don't wait for motivation. Build structure. Because the real flex isn't just looking good, it's owning your time, your growth, your freedom. Mike did it without shouting, without shortcuts. And if he can, why not you? If this gave you a new way to think about success, hit like, subscribe for more, and tell me in the comments, who else is building something quietly powerful?